Oh. That was a bit loud.
Seems like we got elephants upstairs.
I was just about to say the same thing. At least something with elephants. And then I started thinking about, was that in the previous episode of Invincible with the elephant man or something? And
oh, we were thrown out by the snout, the trunk, the snoot.
The snoot. He was carrying it, yeah, in the trunk.
It's called the trunk. Yeah, okay. Long snoot.
Snoot. That's neither here nor there. Now we're watching Attack on Titan. I'm so nervous about this. Like, now that we know that anyone can die at any point.
Don't trust nobody.
No.
Double negative.
The world, the girl's soul.
Oi! どうしたんだ、アルミン。しっかりしろよ。おい、アルミン。
Armin is in complete shock.
おい、お前の本は。
What team?
全滅したんだよ、こいつ以外は。
うるせえだ。
複数の巨人に遭遇したのは気の毒だが、劣等生のこいつだけ助かるとはエレンたちも報われないな。
That's rough.
仕方ないよ。さすが私のクリスタ。この作戦が終わったら結婚してくれ。
確かに。
What's
いつも以上にふざけてやがる。
What the fuck?
ごめん、迷惑かけた。
アルミン。行くぞコニー。俺たちは前進の命令だ。
Love that his name is Connie.
Connie seems like a good guy.
最初からこの世界は地獄だ。強い者が弱い者を食らう。ただ僕の友達はこの世界で強くあろうとした。僕も二人のように強く、二人と肩を並べてこの世界を生きていきたかった。
He's dead.
さっきから何度も蘇生術を繰り返してるのに。
フランツは
They're all responding to this in very different ways.
この罪にはお前らの珍奇な人生じゃ一生かかっても稼げねえ代物だ。協力すれば礼はする。
Is it just material goods? Because then you can forget about it.
That or food? Oh no. Wait, it's just fucking running towards them like that. Oh, it's, yeah, one of the fast ones. Mikasa, however you pronounce it. Boom.
Wow. That was cool.
おお、ちょうどいい。お前、こいつらに手伝わせろ。礼は始めぞ。
今、仲間が死んでいる。
当然だ。住民の命や財産を守るために。
What the shit?
タッパの身体なんざ冗談で決めるぞ。
Don't even try.
死体がどうやって喋るの？
荷台を引け。
Thank you.
Whew.
おかげで助かりました。
When is she gonna find out about?
What's gonna happen when she
Does?
焦って1回の攻撃で刃を生倉にしてしまいました。次は注意します。
お前、これまで一体どんな経験を。
どうしてこんな時に思い出す。
Okay.
Okay.
Very strong material for the swords.
But can only be made in
That one place.
all those places.
Yeah, those kinds of places.
この刺繍は私たちの一族が代々伝えてきたものなの。ミカサも自分の子供ができたら教えてあげるのよ。
子供はどうやったらできるの？
お父さんに。
Ask your dad.
ほら、もうじきイェーガー先生が来る頃だから先生に聞いてみようか。はい。
ミカサ？
そうだ、お前と同い年の女の子だ。仲良くするんだぞ。
そいつの出方次第だけど。
エレン、留守かな。
Suspicious.
アッカーマンさん、イェーガーです。
What the shit? Oh no, that's not the knock we heard before. That
That was
was
not them, yeah.
no.
父さんは憲兵団を呼んで捜索を要請する。お前は麓で待ってるんだ。分かったか、エレン。エレン。
Damn. So just like bandits or something?
おい、本当に売れるんだろうな。こいつはわざわざ親殺してまで連れ去ってよ。
Slavers?
Trafficking?
Yeah.
そいつはその昔、東洋ってところから壁の中に逃げてきた一族最後の末裔だ。そいつを都の地下街で変態の旦那方相手に競りにかける。
What the
Wow,
fuck? Okay, so Asia did exist. It was kind of like our world.
イェーガー先生、お待ちしてい
You
まし
don't
た。
have to show it to.
おとなしくしてろよ。こいつで頭を叩き割られたくなかったら。
お父さん。
くそ、いい加減にしろ。何やってんだ。殺すのは父親だけと言ったらガキを連れてけ。おい、お前はおとなしくしてろよ。でないとこうだ。
This show is just straight up traumatizing.
Yep.
どうしてここが分かった。
僕は森で迷ってその小屋が見えたから。
おじさんたちと一緒に行けば。
Oh shit,
あり
Aaron!
がとうおじさん。死んじゃえよクソ野郎。
嘘だろ。待ちやがれ。ガキ。
Alright. Things are starting to make a little more sense.
Character-wise, at least.
Yeah, in regards to these two.
3人いたはず。
Oh, yeah.
てめえがやったのか。てめえが。
Come on, Mikasa.
死ね。勝てば生きる。
So much of what happened back then is a part of her now. Really.
You can and you will.
いつだって目に入っていた。でも
Death.
見なかったことにしていた。この世界は残酷なんだ。その瞬間、体の震えが止まった。その時から私は自分を完璧に支配できた。
She became determined. Holy shit.
背後から心臓一突きだ。
これをあの子供たちがやったのか。
こんな時間に憲兵団が来ても奴らはとっくに移動していた。間に合わなかった。
私はお前が自分の命を軽々に投げ打ったことを咎めているんだ。
Yeah, that's
でも早く助けてやりたかった。
going in head first without thinking of potential consequences. That's what's going to get him as well.
やるよこれ。あったかいだろ。
ミカサ、私たちの家で一緒に暮らそう。
なんだよ。ほら早く帰ろうぜ俺たちの家に。
Our home.
勝者しか生きることは許されない残酷な世界。
Fucking burning up when you kill them.
Yeah, that's so warm, right?
Yeah.
この世界に帰る場所がある。エレン、
No, no,
あ
no,
な
no,
たがいれば
no, no, no,
私は
no, no.
何でもできる。
Don't you dare. No.
Ah, that hurt. That was episode 6. This is a tough watch. Very much so. Even though, like, we got to spend some time with the battle or the struggle, massacre that's going on in present day, but we also got to spend some time in the past, or we got a flashback with Mikasa. Damn. So much stuff makes sense now, character-wise, why she is the way that she is, and her relationship to Eren, her being so protective of him because of what he did for her. Mm-hmm. And we surmised as much at one point that, okay, something happened to her family, definitely, because she wasn't Eren's real sister, and she was just there as part of the family. So, adopted daughter of the Jaeger family. And here we got to see why and what happened. And yeah, of course, it's not only the Titans who are killing humans. Humans are still killing each other and still being horrible. And so much so that, yeah, these guys went there to basically get a hold of, well, the mom was their real target, but they ended up killing her. That one guy did, because she fought back. Surprise. And then they got their hands on Mikasa, and yeah, they wanted to sell them off initially to fucking perverts, and because of they're of Asian descent, and apparently people from the original Asia, it's a rarity to find someone of Asian descent, and that will make them more valuable. It's just fucking horrible.
I also think it's I know it's probably not meant this way, but there's a lot of white people that fetishizes Asian women.
Oh yeah, just in the real world.
Yeah. So I think, even though it might not be the intent with this part of it, I think it's a very good point as well. Like, stop fetishizing.
Yeah, or at least it's a comment on something that's actually quite real. And it was, speaking of real, it was a surprise to me that we are actually kind of in our world, or Earth, since Asia was a thing. Mm-hmm. It's just whatever happened with the Titans happened and everything changed. But essentially it was our world. So I'm thinking this is probably, where stuff is happening and where the humans are right now. That might be in Europe, and that's why it does have Europe. A European look about it. It is. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. So, okay. Now we know.
I would say the most, I think that it is very clear that it's at least inspired by...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Germany and...
Yeah, European...
Like the Germanic population that has grown into, different...
Yes.
Branched out in that way,
yeah. Yeah. It definitely had that look and that vibe about it. I just thought it was, just influenced by that, but it was essentially a fantasy world that they were creating. It still is, because Titans and stuff like that, it's not fucking real. But they are in that world. Yeah, thank fuck they're not.
Sorry, dropping an F-bomb.
No worries. We're doing that. We do that sometimes. But anywho, Eren actually saved her by going headfirst into a situation where he might as well have gotten killed himself, and that's a character trait, and we got to see how that panned out in the previous episode, and that kind of is what will get him killed, is because he'll do stuff like that, even though it's definitely with good intentions or with the intention to save someone or rescue someone or avenge someone. And this time around, or here in the past, there were no fatal consequences for Eren, at least, because Mikasa was there and she decided then and there that, it's just happened that she kind of was able to close herself off to some of the stuff that just happened, and accepting that this is a cruel, cruel world where people and animals, insects, as we talked about, there's death involved as well, and then maybe she just has a natural affinity for killing, because she was able to kill that guy by stabbing him through the heart from the back, like precisely. And we then also saw her, like, how she dealt with a couple of titans in this one, which is that is the first time we've seen anyone really kill titans, and she was doing it with ease almost.
But they did know how to beat them, so I definitely think they have tried it before.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not like it's never happened before,
No,
but
no.
she's definitely capable.
Very capable. It's just the first time we've seen it. And then after that, well, the Jaeger family, they took her in. And Eren even gave her his scarf, which was very, very touching scene.
And that's also why she walked around with the scarf.
Yep. And that then transitioned directly into present day and everything we just saw with her and how Eren rescued her and they took her in, as we mentioned. She then said, I something akin to, I'm paraphrasing here, but she would be lost without Eren. She wouldn't know what to do without him. As long as he is in her life, she's not lost. Fuck. I was kind of expecting for her to figure out or to, get the news of what happened to Eren in this episode. But no, they're saving that. And they just gave us some more backstory and some more, for us to understand just how much that is going to devastate her when she gets the news. So it's going to hurt even more seeing it in the next episode, I presume, when she will finally find out about that.
Yeah, just backtracking a bit. But when she said the whole, this world is cruel, and that determination that she suddenly got, and she just wanted to live without inhibitions, I think that made her kind of push back a little bit towards like cruelty, no matter who's doing the cruel things, because we saw, and also when Eren came and kind of tried to liberate her, he said, if we don't fight, we die. So if you don't fight, you die.
Yes.
And I think it's pretty much like it's a great thing to remember, that if you don't fight for or against cruelty, no matter what kind of cruelty it is, if you don't fight against it, we'll die, or we'll never get better. And we always have to fight injustice, even though that we can't do anything. At least we can put up a fight. And we also, it kind of segues, or not segues, but it kind of connects that her reaction to that very rich guy who was trying to push his wagon through, and she was not having it.
Nope.
Not for a second. And I think that determination that if we don't fight, we die. That whole the world is cruel and everything, it just tied into that. Like, she was not having anything. She was like, well, if we have to do like one human sacrifice, you're like the perfect noble.
And one noble sacrifice that'll be worth it. And her friends, they were dying because they need to fight back the Titans while the evacuation is happening. This guy is stopping the evacuation from happening, which means more of her friends is going to die.
Yeah.
So it was just a very easy black and white choice for her, very no nonsense. And that whole attitude towards life, it certainly seems like that came from what happened back then and what Eren said, she really took that to heart. If you do not fight, if we do not fight, we will die and we won't win. And it's a very, and I imagine as well that when something like that happened and your world has just been shaken and completely destroyed almost, it's easier for the mind to put things into boxes in a way and to break it up into there's the right thing and the wrong thing, or there's the black and white pretty much. And it is like, if we don't fight, if I don't make sure that the people around me they live, or the people I care for or care about, like, we will lose, we will die. And that's just, you fight and you survive and you win, and that's all there is to it. So that makes it more simple as well, to if you categorize like the world into that. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but to me it makes sense that she is more or less that way because of what happened and what Eren said. I don't know if you understood it in a different way, or... Well,
trauma kind of shapes us in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So the trauma married with what Eren said back then.
But it was still part of...
But it's still part of the trauma.
So,
yeah. But I'm just saying that what he did and what he said was also very important and instrumental in shaping her as a person going forward. So much so that she's just linked herself to him, that she won't have any purpose without him there as well. And yeah, I know we're going back to that's gonna be really tough once she finds out.
Yeah, but even if she wanted to kill that guy, she was not able to, because she told us that she destroyed her blades while chopping off the neck part of that Titan, because her blades were destroyed. So she was actually might not have been able to kill him.
Oh yeah, the guy with the wagon and that
exactly.
asshole. Yeah,
that's also why she just knocked the guys out, because he was not.
Oh yeah, she was able to knock them out without. I imagine that if like, even though the blades got damaged, I imagine they could still be lethal.
Everything is lethal in the right capable hands.
Yes, and she is very capable, so she could probably kill those guys and that dude with her freaking pinky if she wanted to. But now she is about to go and rescue the Vanguard and help them with the like. Oh fuck! I'm so afraid for like what's gonna happen when she finds out, and also Armin, poor fucking Armin, who's just been, people have just been beating that poor kid up for his entire life, stepping on him. He's had Eren and Mikasa to protect him, but now he's just really blaming himself and blaming himself for the fact that he's not strong enough to defend himself. And is there any point to any of it? And that's what I also meant with like the way that we saw those very different reactions, very human reactions, all of them, but very different reactions from the people there at the Vanguard where everything happened. Like, some of them got fucking mad about it. Some of them just pretty much gave up. Some of them was in denial, and there was even one person who was being completely apathetic about it and just laughing in the face of all this trauma.
He did say she was more unstable than usual.
Yes, yeah, Connie, yeah.
So,
exactly. And then Connie was the one who was angry about it, and that was anger was the controlling feeling there.
And if you don't know, the reason why I love that his name is Connie is because it's a very common
name here,
name for women.
Yes, yeah, it's
not a unisex name, so I just think it's a quite not funny, because it's never funny, but I just like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. But do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
Well, I'm very curious to see if Mikasa's reaction is going to be like, she's just,
a very emotional reaction, or she's just gonna shut down.
What kind of reaction? Because either way, she could just continue on the same path that she's been on, or else she can like make a 180 and completely show us something else.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit nervous about what
the reaction
actually is. But yeah, we'll see in the next one, or whenever it comes around.
Yeah, we definitely will. Then that's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan, Season 1, Episode 6. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.
And that whole attitude towards life, it certainly seems like that came from what happened back then and what Eren said. She really took that to heart. And that whole attitude towards life, it certainly seems like that came from what happened back then and what Eren said. She really took that to heart.